Oh my gosh. This video is going to be called Everything's Changing. And this
We
is
have
Linda.
no idea what we're going to say.
This is Linda. No, we
Because
don't.
everything's changing.
That's right. This is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station. We bring the news to you. And we are going to drive for just a few minutes, and we thought we'd just make a video. I guess everything's changing. We could make it a current events video.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
But they're not. In what?
I'm listening to a college station that's playing Woodstock.
Absolutely. Yeah, they are. WXPN. Yeah, they play some cool music. You want to hear some cool music, and Richard taught me this. You have to go to listen to a college station, not the regular
Pop music.
Pop music. Yeah, no, pop music's so bad.
Yeah,
It's like
pop
just
music.
so bad. But if you want to go back and hear some good old songs with actually talented,
Where they actually played the real instruments.
and sang the real words.
And sang without autotune.
Yeah. So that's one change that we've noticed. Whenever I want to just listen to some music and just be working around the house with the camper and not, have to think about something or learn something, I put on Scott Shannon's Oldies. I put that on my phone. I just go to the website. Well, it's on iHeartRadio, and I put on Scott Shannon's Oldies, and it's so refreshing to have the oldies on. It's so crazy, and I know every song isn't perfect, and every song from the 60s or 70s isn't have the best lyrics, all of them. But boy, if you want to just relax and have a little background music, that's what I do. Richard goes to, listens to the older guys, the guitarists, since he's a guitarist. And so anyway, everything's changing. We were just coming through, yesterday we went almost to Frederick. And that's where I'm from, Frederick. And every time I go there, that's in Maryland, for anybody that doesn't know. That town has changed so very much since I left in 1990, and I grew up there and graduated high school there in 73. And everything's totally changed, and I know my classmates that are still there, and my family's still there, can vouch for that. And we just came through, we're in Pennsylvania, we just came through a town, and I'm like, wait, that's not the same. That building's changed. My old bank building is up for sale. So, listen to that. I know you're listening to that drum solo.
Yeah. It's Woodstock.
It's cool. But
anyway. Happened, 1969, and college stations listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like
so
they have no music of their own. I don't know what's up.
Yeah, the college students are playing Woodstock. So there you go. Anyway, there you go, Gwen. Shit like that. Anyway, should I leave it on, or you want to talk about something current event-wise? Anything specific on your mind?
No, I was just looking at the bank being sold, and I was just thinking, eventually the currency that we have is going to go away.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to switch to digital cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And it makes
Get rid of cash.
Yeah.
I never had cash to get rid of, but we're getting rid of it. Get rid of my cash.
Yeah. So, it's kind of spooky in a way to give a small group of people that much power, because if they don't like what you're thinking, they could switch off your cryptocurrency and you're not going to be able to buy or sell anything. But that's all been prophesied.
It has.
Certain people know what's happening before it happens. So.
Yeah.
And things are changing, and I don't see things going back. There's a reason why they're using the word new normal.
Yeah.
It's because it's new, but it's not normal.
It's not normal. And normal, as we knew it, isn't anymore. We need to get used to that. We need to know that things are not going to go back to the way they were. I went to the bank, talking about coins and money. I went to the bank recently to get quarters because at the campground, I put quarters in the washing machine, the dryer. And the lady asked me when I wanted to get two $10 rolls of quarters. And she asked me, are you a business? Is this for a business? And I thought, it's none of your business, number one. But I didn't say that. I just thought it. And I said, no, it's for the laundry. And she said, oh, okay. I said, why? She said, well, we're trying to service the businesses first. Sorry, we're bouncing around. It's a bumpy road. We'll be better.
Pennsylvania.
We'll be better when we get out on the highway. So anyway, she said, we're trying to serve the businesses first. And I said, oh, okay. She goes, but you're lucky because we have quarters right now. And I thought, that's just wrong. And I'm not lucky. You know, we're not going to go there. And I just gave her this look. She said, because of the coin shortage. And I just gave her this look like, And she's like, no, there really is a coin shortage.
There's a corn shortage.
That's a tongue twister for me, sorry. A coin shortage. Speaking isn't, I have a little difficulty since last year. Anyway, that's what I was told at my bank. So, you know, there's just a little teeny example. Plus, you know, you don't get me started on the whole mask thing, but we're going to go to a large...
That's another change.
Wait a minute.
We're not going to be able to get into any place because I forgot my mask.
No, there's another one here.
I have to pull up my shirt over my head.
There's another one in the glove box. Yeah, like you know, we wear a mask and then we throw it away, dispose of it properly, and then we get another one. Right. Like the rest of you do. Yeah. My mask is in my back pocket or my purse, and I'll pull it out and use it. And because we're going in a store that we don't want to make waves. Now, when I go to the grocery store, I do not wear a mask. The person sitting there with the clipboard said the last time I went to the grocery store, can I give you a mask? And I said, no, thank you. And I just walked into the store, got my groceries, and walked out. It was fine. I believe it should be a choice. If you want to wear a mask, that's fine. But I'm not. We won't go deep into the mask thing.
Yeah, look at Sweden. Just look up Sweden.
Yeah, look up Sweden.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto the US 15 North ramp to Harrisburg.
That's where we're going.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Look up Sweden, look up Norway. All these people didn't really shut down, and they have gone through...
They did their, what do you call it?
Herd immunity.
Herd immunity. They went ahead and did that, and they're okay, and they're coming up, they're on the upswing now.
Yeah, they have zero...
Turn left onto the US 15 North ramp.
They have 0 deaths in the past few days, so...
Yeah, and...
They must have done something right.
Nobody wants to see people die, but people have died.
But the American people are being made hysterical. Is that the word?
Fearful.
Yeah, fearful.
Fear has come into this. The spirit of fear is taken.
People are like really acting ridiculous now.
And I know, you know, there are folks that
in 1,000 feet, merge onto US 15 North.
All right, we know where we are. Okay. I mean, I know there are people that feel very differently about that, and that's okay. And I'm really not going to argue that point. But
I am.
Yeah, no, you will. No, we're not going to argue. But freedom of choice, you know, freedom of choice is okay.
They're willing to give up their freedom for
Continue
a little
on
bit of
US
security.
15 North for
Well,
23
and that's
miles.
okay. My
And
security.
they don't question. They don't even question.
Now, just going to talk about what we're doing.
She's assaulting me.
Stop it. Anyway, well, okay, let's change the subject again. What else current events? We've talked about currency. We've talked about the mask mandate. The word mandate is the issue. Stop. We're on 15, lady. Oh, my goodness.
We're going the right way?
Yes. What else of current events? Social distancing. Okay, just the term social distancing. There's nothing social about distancing yourself from people that you want to be with, that you want to congregate with, that you want to say have a party or have a picnic or have a meeting. Social distancing, in my head, is an oxymoron, I guess. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's like
It doesn't make sense.
It's like military intelligence.
Well, yeah, it's a little odd. But as Christians, there's a part of us that we want to show the love. Oh my gosh, sorry, I thought I saw something. We want to show the love of, because I've ridden with you before. We want to show the love of Jesus. We always want to do that. But sometimes Jesus had to get a little tough. Sometimes Jesus, he drove out the money changers from the temple. When there's a time for sternness, he was stern. When there was a time for loving in a different way, he loved in a different way. But as Christians, we want to place ourselves where he wants us. And that can be difficult. And if you're, looking at that, and if you say you're a Christian and people are watching you, your behavior and your demeanor and your speech needs to represent that. Whether you're a watchman on the wall and you are giving a warning because, oh my gosh, we need to heed the warnings right now. We really, really need to heed the warnings of the watchmen, the ones that are studying the scriptures, the ones that are saying, this is different. This time of where we are in the world is different. And we need to heed the warnings, whether we like it or not. And they're not going to sound, you hear a prophet. A prophet doesn't speak always nice and soft and gentle. A prophet
She's
gives
talking about
a
the Old
warning.
Testament prophets.
Well, any prophet
Yeah.
that gives a word that's a warning, it's going to be stern, and it's going to be, you need to hear this, you need to see this. This is what the Lord's showing me. And I believe prophecy is the same, Old Testament, New. Now you can prophesy in love. You can share what you need to share if you're giving a word of knowledge to someone or whatever. But still, our demeanor and our behavior needs to reflect who we follow. We follow Jesus, and we're not perfect. We don't always do that correctly. We try to, and that's the challenge of being a Christian. But when you sit under the blood of Jesus Christ, and when you're in the kingdom, we're not expected to be perfect. We are seen as perfect, sin-wise, but we are not perfect people. Anything else? I'm going to probably pull this short because I don't know how much space I have on my phone. We might do a part 2 on the way home because current events are very interesting to us. The Bible is very interesting to us, and I haven't let Richard talk too much, and I need to let him talk next time.
That's okay.
Anything else?
I'm concentrating.
Yeah, he is driving, so I don't want to mess with him while he's driving. Anyway, we love you. We want to be the people that God has called us to be, but take warning. The world is different. It will not be the same. There will come a day when we may get knocks on our doors. They may ask for our children. They may ask to show paperwork for certain things. Please be prepared. Please know that God has you covered if you are His. And if you're not His, step into the kingdom through the blood of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, here's something to look at too.
Okay.
If you look at China's social scoring system, look that up if you don't know what it is, was implemented by Google and Apple, which are American corporations, which causes me to think that there's a very good possibility that might be coming over here. So,
it is a possibility.
And with all this whole, it's like somebody said once, never let a good crisis go to waste. They might be using this crisis, the pandemic and everything, some people call it a pandemic, people are taking advantage of that, and they might take advantage of that to implement that kind of thing over here, where if you don't agree with what the government says, like I said before, they could use your social scoring to shut you off from even getting on a bus or a plane or even going to another town or whatever. It's happening there, and it very well could be coming over here, because now the United Nations I don't know what you call it, their favorite child is now China. So the UN is not America's friend. So, and now they're starting to go towards China. The World Health Organization is what we listen to get this whole thing implemented with the masks and the shutdowns and everything, which we're finding out the shutdowns are causing just as much damage as the COVID virus itself, as far as suicides and drug overdoses and
Child abuse.
and people that had to go to the hospital to get, they could have prevented a death, but because they weren't allowed to go to the hospital during this COVID thing, they died.
If they needed surgery.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole hydroxychloroquine issue.
Yeah.
People were not given that when they needed it in the beginning of their illness, and people
there
have
was,
literally died because they
countries-
weren't given that.
there's
That's
countries-
murder.
Yeah, countries that were giving that drug and they seem to be doing fine.
That's an over-the-counter drug.
But
in
the thing
a lot
is,
of
people,
countries.
people have to understand that a lot of the stuff that's going on here is caused spiritually and money-wise. A hospital got $18,000 per corona case, and $35,000 to put that person on a respirator.
Which was harmful to a lot of people.
Yeah.
They found out.
And with all this money, you think about it, Bill Gates has bought 7 labs to work on the vaccine. All this money is being put into this vaccine. And if everybody gets well, there won't be any need for a vaccine. So you would have all that money wasted. So maybe there's a good possibility, you have to think about it, that this whole thing is being prolonged until they get that, whatever it is, the vaccine or whatever. You know, they can't let all that money go to waste. So now they got to go ahead and prolong this until they get the vaccine, which is still probably not going to be safe.
Yeah.
You guys could get it, you know, and I'll watch you guys before I would get it, if I got it.
We're not going to get it. Yeah.
It makes me wonder, you know.
Well, there's so much.
I know a little bit about Bill Gates, and you know, I've watched his TED Talks and things, and he's not a very good person.
Well, you know, you do have to do your research. You just can't say, well, I heard bad things about this person, or I heard bad things about that one. And we've heard these reports about some of the people that are the powers that be, and some may be true and some may be, you know, some falsities there. But
you have
need
to go to the source, really.
You have to look at something other than mainstream media, other than what's the headline on Facebook. You need to go deeper. You need to go other places. You need to listen to people who have had personal experience with some of these things. The frontline doctors were basically shut down, and they did get their opinions out. Dr. Stella and what was the other girl's name?
A few of them got fired for expressing
so,
different views.
You know, there's just stuff going on. So we just want you to be aware. We want you to be, just keep your eyes open. Keep prayed up. Keep listening to the Lord. Keep reading your word. The Bible's going to tell us what to do. The Bible's going to show us how to behave. And the main thing I think I want to come across with is, what is our behavior? When we get there and we stand before the Lord and He says to us, you know, either well done or I don't know you, I never knew you, or
take the next right onto South Cherry Lane, Deborah Road.
That's a different way. I don't even know how to go. Anyway, when all is said and done, everything, all the truth of all of this will be coming out. All the truth about everything that's ever been said, done, written, is going to come out, and everyone is going to know it. So we want to be in that place where the Lord looks at us and says, welcome home. That's the main thing. Welcome home. And this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't know where home is, connect with me. Life Station Express.